Hi everybody. How you doing? Uh, Happy 5th of July and welcome to this, I think, 65th live stream. Um, Hope you had a good Independence Day, whatever that means for you. And if you're not in the US, hope you had a good weekend. Hi to Jonathan Glass, who might be coming to Europe in September to draw a duo concert I have with the great Cécile McLaurin in Paris. Hi to Kristen Berardi, who's in Switzerland. Hi to Isa Rinardi, John and Ron Rosenthal in Miami, Cameron in Chicago, Joyce Glasgow in Seattle, Molly Shen, Frank Geyer, Danielle Prelong in Switzerland, who I think is going to be coming to my concert in Lugano in Switzerland in just a couple weeks or just 1 week on July 13th. And had a Fran Blaine, Carol McGoffin, Silvana Raffo, who says there's 99.9% humidity in northern Italy. Says every drawing might end up looking like I used watercolors today. Excited to see that, Silvano. Okay. Well, wow, Silvana Raffo is coming to Lugano too. That's super exciting. Okay, great. Looking forward to seeing you there. And hi to William and Losi Craig in San Francisco. Hi to Tommy Wilson. Happy 4th to you too. Hi to Grace Chu. I want to focus on free improvisation today. I want to do some free improvisation. So why don't you give me a key and a key signature? That would be great. A key and a time signature is what I mean, not a key signature. Give me a key, something like A flat or E minor, and a time signature, please. Kristen Berardi says A flat. Okay, I'll take it. And how about a time signature? Silvana Raffo says 5 something. Okay, so how about A flat major in we'll do 5/8 or 5/4. Let's keep it simple. Let's do some 5/4. I just wanted to make sure that the video is not being delayed today, so I'm going to change it a tiny bit. There we go. Hopefully that'll make it a little better. Okay, so A flat in 5/4. Carol Weiner says, hi from NYC. Dan, I found a program from the Paris Opera, Lucia di Lammermoor, 27th of March, 1999. Yeah, my mom would have been singing in that for sure. She would have been singing that in the Paris Opera chorus for that production. Okay, here we go. A flat and 5/4. Free improvisation in A flat in 5/4. That felt good. Felt good to play for you. How about another one? How about another key and another time signature? Hi to Tomasz Kazmarek, who's in Poland. Silvano Rafa says it sounds like floating jellyfishes, which I love. Joyce Glasgow says, waters flow, blue and crystal clear, falling for centuries over long polished rocks, glistening in their smoothness, bubbles and rushing sounds, refreshing, cool air enlivens my face and senses, like soft silk on my skin, suspended in timelessness, like those smooth rocks. And Joyce Glasgow suggests E flat. Hi to Michael Loftus, hi to Freda Tepfer, who's in Erie, hi to Teresa Sewell in Sacramento, Carol Weiner again. Yeah. And Frank Geyer asks if there are any bites on USA gigs. There are some gigs coming up, actually. Nothing big for the moment, but I'm playing August 6th. I'm playing at Mesro in Manhattan. And in late September, I'll be doing 2 nights at Barge Music in Brooklyn, doing my piano quintet, which is called Solar Spiral, which is a piece I wrote for string quartet and piano, and pairing it with the Mozart Concerto in E flat, K449. Okay, so we have E flat as a key, and please give me a time signature. Joyce Glasgow says, some really complicated time signature. Okay, but let's do you know, an actually specific time signature. Okay, Silvano Raffo says 1316. And Isaac Namias, hi Isaac, nice to have you with us, says 7/4. Yeah, Danielle Prolong asks if I'll be playing the Mozart. Yes, I'll be playing the Mozart Concerto with the string quartet, and I'll also be doing the piano quintet, the piano quintet that I wrote, Solar Spiral. Okay, so let's do 7/4 in E flat. That sounds fun. Here we go. I'm going to prepare my piano a little bit for this one. A little putty in the bass strings. Here we go. This is a trick that I used to do with my hands, because you can press your hands down on the strings to mute them, like this. Which I think is a beautiful sound, but of course, the problem is if you do that, then you only have one hand to play the rest of the piano. But then I discovered that you can do it with putty, and that works incredibly well. There we go. Okay, this is going to be E flat in 7/4. Here we go. Free improvisation in E flat in 7/4. Louis Preciado, Preciado, I think, says, love the putty bass sounds. Sounds like an upright bass. Yeah, it kind of does, right? Frank Geyer says, I posted on the interactive group some Mozart, and I thought, does DT do Mozart? I actually have done very little Mozart, and this concert I'll be doing at Bars Music at the end of September is, I think it'll be my first time performing any Mozart since, maybe since I was a kid and did, little recitals with some Mozart. Molly Shen asks, Dan, do you ever go back and pull out material from your improvs for a composition? There's so much good stuff in these last two improvisations. Thank you, Molly. I've never really done that. Somehow the composition process to me feels pretty different from the process that leads to these improvisations. It's like a lot more. I tend to look for a lot more density in the material. There might be maybe mathematical ideas happening or things like that. But there is one example where I've done that. There's the first movement of the orchestral suite I wrote in 2015, which is called Algorithmic Transform. That's actually an improvisation I took one of the first times I improvised with one of the algorithms from Natural Machines. And then I just transcribed the whole thing with just very minimal edits, a couple sections I cut out, and orchestrated it for orchestra. So that's basically just an improvisation played by an orchestra. I'm just reading some of the comments here. Isaac Nemias says that was amazing. Isaac, thank you. Isaac, I got to know him when he was 16, and he was living in Indianapolis at the time. And he is a very accomplished pianist and an even more accomplished piano technician. And he's tuned this piano a number of times. And actually, I don't know where he is right now. Isaac, where are you these days? Hi to Marilla Reese. I'm loving the biography of Kurt Gödel that I've been reading. I think I'm about 2/3 of the way through now. Really wonderful that Marilla Reese contributed to. If you weren't here when I was talking about it before, it's called Journey to the Edge of Reason. Really beautifully written. It's gotten a lot of praise in the press, I've noticed. Okay, how about another one? This time, please give me a key, time signature, and also a theme. Give me some numbers, like 2, 3, 7, 8, 4, or whatever, something like that. Give me some numbers, please. Isaac Namias is back in Brooklyn. All right, man. Welcome back. Hope to see you one of these days. So, Isaac Namias says, I charge extra for putty removal. Which reminds me, maybe I should take this one away. Okay, AJ Shopek says D flat. And Joyce Glasgow says 754689. 754689. Okay, that'll be an interesting one. Let's do that. So D flat, a lot of flat keys today. And Marie Larisse says 3-4. All right, we got everything we need. D flat major, 7 5 4 6 8 9. Okay, so if I'm in D flat, the 7 is C, and then 5 is A flat, 4 is G flat, 6 is B flat, 8 is D flat, and 9 is E flat. So sorry. That's a nice theme. All right. I like that we had D flat, and now AJ Schobek says C sharp, and Kristen Berardi says C sharp. Those are very nerdy jokes right there. Very musician nerd jokes. It's a really nice theme. Hi to Jana or Yana Jabo, who is listening for the first time. Welcome. Okay, here's an improvisation in 3-4 in D flat with this theme from Joyce Glasgow. Very nice theme. I like that. Here we go. All right, that was an improvisation in D flat with a theme by Joyce Glasgow. Um, and it's funny because I was playing in 3/4, but I kept feeling like putting bars of 2/4 in there. I think because I just played in 5, and it just felt like just floating, as Maria Larice says. She says floating. Yeah, felt that way. Joyce Glasgow says, a grand hall, an opera singer in a sky blue velvet gown with white lace. Her voice rings out, richly resonating with the piano supporting her like a cloud. Window light on her face, a pink camellia in her hair reflects the beauty. Jana Zabo says, the words don't come, the silent walls speak, and the keys tell the story. Wow. Thanks for that. Carol McGoffin said, loved it. It is killing me to have to leave this. We'll play the rest later, but miss you all. Good to have you with us, Carol. I Silvana Raffo asks if I feel like playing Ligeti's Fanfares, which is this incredible piano study by Ligeti. I would love to, but I haven't played that in a really long time. I probably haven't played it since I last played it for you, which was many months ago. So I think that'll have to wait, but I should work it up again. And Danielle Prolong says, in honor of all our friends of Hungarian origin here, requesting an improvisation on any theme by Bartók. Well, I don't think I have a theme by Bartók in my mind, but I could do an improvisation in the spirit of Bartók. Just kind of try to channel some Bartók. Why don't we try that? Not that I'll be trying to sound like him, but try to think of Bartók while I'm playing. Isaac Peterson says, your improvisations really move me in a similar way as when listening to Keith Jarrett's solo performances. I really appreciate what you do. Thank you, Isaac. Okay, let's try this. Let's try a Bartók-influenced improvisation. Yeah, an improvisation influenced by Bartók. I'm noticing that that the video is getting a little slowed down here, and unfortunately that's because it's getting hot in here. I'm gonna try to see if I can do something about that, but I turned my AC off. So why don't maybe I'll give me 1 second and I'm gonna turn my AC back on. Be right back. I was hoping I could get away with having the AC off today because it's not that hot out, but clearly I can't. You can see the video is already delayed by a couple seconds, which is annoying, but hopefully that'll get better quickly. Let's see. Isaac Peterson asks, have you tried to base an improv on a jazz standard, but in the spirit of a classical composer? Yeah, I've tried that kind of thing. And AJ Schaupek says, to cite an English soccer commentator, you just cannot be that good. Thanks, AJ. And Danielle Prolong says, Bartók's Sonata for two pianos and percussion is one of my all-time favorite pieces of music. Yeah, I agree. That's a real masterpiece and very, very original. It's amazing to think about the fact that Bartók was doing that at that time. Oh, this is already better, isn't it? It's a little better? Yeah, a little better. Joyce Glasgow says, men in bowler hats, black suits, and canes file by in groups, looking like troops of Charlie Chaplin clones in rhythmic penguin-totting steps, flowing through space, multiplying as they go. Wow, that's quite a vision. And Marie Louise says, hearing you now that I'm here in the city of my formative years makes everything feel just right. Oh, good. Good. So Marilla has moved, I think, to Hamburg. So I'm glad that these live streams can help give a little continuity to a life that has that kind of change, that has that kind of big change, because moving is such a big change. Okay, Joyce Glasgow says she wants me to sing. So this was something that occurred to me, which is that I wrote a song years ago that I kind of like, and I don't think I've ever sung it for you. So maybe I should sing that for you. Let's see if I even have it here. Oh my God. I might not have it here. Wait a minute. Oh, I do have it. I do. I have it. Okay, this is kind of like a pop song that I wrote. Wrote it back in 2011. Wow, that's crazy. And I don't think I've ever performed it for you. So I'm going to try singing it for you right now. This is called It Isn't Every Day. isn't every day that you're lonely. It isn't every day that you're sad. You know it's just the little things we do that make the world go round. So take your words and turn them the other way. It doesn't have to be so bad. You know it's just the little things we do that make the world go round. Oh, give me silence. Let me unwind. Oh, your persistence can be unkind. It isn't every day that you're lonely. It isn't every day that you're sad. A bigger problem is your worry that there are joys in the world you've never had. Silence. Let me unwind. Oh, your persistence can be unkind. It isn't every day that you're lonely. It isn't every day that you're sad. A bigger problem is your worry that there are joys in the world you've never had. Bigger problem is your worry that there are joys in the world you've never had. Yeah, that is a song I wrote called "It Isn't Every Day," and that was something I wrote really quickly back in the day. Wrote music and lyrics at the same time, and kind of a nice song, I think. If I may dare say so myself. I mean, by the standards of my songwriting, which, you know, I don't write that many songs, but I like this one. Teresa Sewell says, love this song. Wish you could include it in your next album, even though it wasn't composed during the pandemic. I think a lot of people would benefit from hearing it. Wow. Thanks, Teresa. There's actually another one. Let's see if I have it here. Yeah. This is one that I wrote for Cécile McLaurin-Salvant, and I think we're going to do it. We're going to do it on September 3rd in Paris at the Paris Jazz Festival, and probably also on September 5th. We're playing in Germany somewhere. The info is on my website if you're curious. But this is a song I wrote for Cécile. It has French lyrics, and the lyrics are by Nicolas Chamfort, actually. Nicolas Chamfort. And they're really interesting lyrics. They're about hope and about how actually hopelessness is better than hope. So why don't I try singing this for you? I hope I can pull it off. Here we go.
L'espérance n'est qu'un charlatan qui nous trompe sans cesse. Et pour moi, le bonheur n'a commencé que lorsque je l'ai eu perdu, que lorsque je l'ai eu perdu. L'espérance n'est qu'un charlatan qui nous trompe sans cesse. Je mettrais volontiers sur la porte du paradis, le verre que le Dante a mis sur celle de l'enfer. Lasciate ogni speranza, etc., etc. L'espérance, l'espérance n'est qu'un charlatan qui nous trompe sans cesse. Et pour moi, le bonheur n'a commencé, le bonheur n'a commencé que lorsque je l'ai eu perdu, que lorsque je l'ai eu perdu. L'espérance, l'espérance n'est qu'un charlatan qui nous trompe sans cesse. Je mettrais volontiers sur la porte du paradis, le verre que le Dante a mis sur celle de l'enfer. Lasciate ogni speranza, etc., etc. Lasciate ogni speranza, etc., etc.
So that was a song I wrote for Cécile McLaurin-Salvant called L'Espérance, Hope. Kristen Berardi says, hopelessness is better than hope? Now you tell me. Yeah, I think it's actually a really interesting idea. In fact, there's a fantastic translation of this poem by Samuel Beckett, and that's how I got to know this. It's in a collection of Samuel Beckett's complete poems that I came across, which include his translations of Nicolas Chamfort. Yeah, hold on a second. I'll go get it. Okay, so this is from the Collected Poems in English and French, Samuel Beckett. And let's see, there's so much great stuff here. But yeah, here it is. So the poem in French by Nicolas Chamfort is L'espérance n'est qu'un charlatan qui nous trompe sans cesse, et pour moi le bonheur n'a commencé que lorsque je l'ai eu perdu. Je mettrais volontiers sur la porte du paradis le verre que le Dante a mis sur celle de l'enfer, lasciate ogni speranza, voi c'entrate. Abandonne tout espoir, toi qui entres ici. Except in the actual poem, it's just lasciate ogni speranza, etc. And Beckett's translation of this is, in many ways, I think, even better than the original. He changes it a lot. He kind of just keeps the meaning, but it's not at all a word for word translation. His translation is, hope is a knave, befools us evermore, which till I lost, no happiness was mine. I strike from hell's to grave on heaven's door. All hope abandon ye who enter in. So in other words, he takes that quote, all hope abandon ye who enter here, or who enter in. he takes that off of the door of hell and puts it on the door of heaven. In other words, the way to heaven, the way to happiness, is to abandon hope. And yeah, I actually think there's so much truth to that. The problem with hope is that it projects us into the future, into a kind of a fantasy, and I think it has a way of making us miss the moment. There's kind of a desire in hope. There's a wanting, and to abandon hope is to be present in the moment. And I'm pretty into that idea. And I just, when I came across this in, I think, my early 20s, and I just thought it was so brilliant. These are really amazing, by the way. If you speak English and French, the way that Beckett kind of like takes in the deep meaning of these poems, or they're not really poems, they're maxims, and then brings them back out in his own voice is pretty incredible. Let's see. Here's one where Chamfort says, quand on soutient que les gens les moins sensibles sont à tout prendre les plus heureux, je me rappelle le proverbe indien, il vaut mieux être assis que debout, couché que assis, mort que tout cela. So word for word, he's saying, when people claim that the least sensitive people are, on average, the happiest, I remember the Indian proverb, it is better to be sitting than standing up, better to be lying down than sitting, and better to be dead than all of that. And Becca's translation of this is 2 lines. Better on your arse than on your feet, flat on your back than either, dead than the lot. That's all he keeps of that. Anyway, pretty interesting. Marcy Adriana says, yes, absolutely true about hope. Glad you agree. And Silvano Raffo quotes one of my all-time favorite works of literature, the great Calvin and Hobbes by Bill Watterson. He says, a strip by Bill Watterson's Calvin and Hobbes said, the problem with the future is that at a certain point it becomes the present. Yeah, exactly. Very, very profound Calvin and Hobbes. Something that actually is super formative to me. I think I've mentioned that before, but I grew up reading Calvin and Hobbes. And I didn't have a TV or anything, so Calvin and Hobbes is like super important to who I am as a person. Okay, guys, let's do one more. I think I want to do another free improvisation. So maybe you could give me another key and another key signature, another time signature, I mean. Or should I just play totally free? Maybe I should just play totally free. And Silvano Raffo says, yes, grew up with Calvin and Hobbes too, totally agree. That's unusual for an Italian. I find that you know, it was relatively big in Europe, but nothing like it was in the US. So that's pretty cool. Maybe that's why we get along so well, Silvano. Okay, so totally free, AJ Shopek says. Okay, here we go. Totally free improvisation. Ba, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, oh, la, da, da. Oh, do, hey, do.
da di, lo da di, la la di la 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 ya da la da da la da ya, la da da la da la la da 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 la la ya, la da 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 da, ya da 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 da. La da da ya da ya la da da. da ba de la ba da 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 la da la da da la di la da 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 la da de da da do la da 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 ba ba da 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 ba ba da
What was that? That was fun. Free improvisation with voice for you guys. Thank you so much for inspiring me. Thank you. I've been studying some scales recently that were popularized, if not invented, by Barry Harris, who's a great jazz pianist and maybe an even greater jazz theorist. And he has these 4 scales that are like normal scales. They're like, you know, the major, minor, dominant, and a different kind of dominant scales, but they have an extra note in them. They have a chromaticism, and that chromaticism is very, very carefully placed in a way that makes a lot of sense in terms of the way harmony works. And I found these scales really interesting, really, really interesting. Jana Zabo says, "Love when improv travels over lands and seas." Marcy Adriana says, "Wherever it takes you, Dan, good and very interesting so far." Thank you. And Joyce Glasgow has a vision for us. "Mind the well," she says, "a glance of pictures at an exhibition for just a moment, all rich in red and gold. Then Monet's garden, soft breath, soft colors, watery muted edges melting, a vision of Moorish intensity, and then a return to the garden, the sun, the light, the captured image. Now a rolling tide at the ocean, a modern-day surfer rides the waves of the rhythms, undulating, bobbing back and forth in time, in balance with the musical wave, flying. Wonderful to see you all, and I'm going to try to figure out a way next Monday to be streaming for you from Lugano in Switzerland. And if that doesn't work out, this might be one occasion where I play a previous live stream for you again, or something else pre-recorded. But I'm going to try to be live next Monday from Lugano in Switzerland, and I look forward to seeing you there. In the meantime, stay well, all of you. Thanks again for joining me, and yeah, see you again soon.